live now? Are we live? You feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Come on, man.
We're live. This is ASMR.
Dude, I fucking don't even.
Why?
I fucking hate ASMR or whatever the fuck they're called.
You've never watched my ASMRs.
No, I think they're fucking stupid to begin with. Why do you whisper? Why?
Like I get bowls of pasta, like uncooked pasta, and just rub my hands in it and just go, yeah, feel that spaghetti.
Don't do that.
Yeah, feel that rigatoni.
No. No, but like I'll watch people do interviews and they'll whisper the whole time, but like, how was the weather today where you're from?
It was partly cloudy with a little drizzle of rain.
I hear you're coming up with a new movie. Like, why can't you just use your big boy voice or your big girl voice? Just buckle the fuck up. Come on. That's what aggravates me the most. Like when they're like, "This is a ASMR podcast." It's like use your voice. Like why are you whispering? I got to turn my volume all the way up just to barely hear you still.
This is not your average ASMR podcast. Welcome to a new episode.
I'm cracking a cold one.
Let's go. I think I just broke the sound barrier.
Oh, Jesus.
Woo! We back, boys. And we're here cracking a cold one.
Cracking a cold one.
That's what we're all about, baby. What do we got today?
You got to advertise them this time.
I got advertising?
Yeah, you advertise them this time.
It's not my fucking job.
Oh, it's my job? Is
Yeah,
that part of my
yeah.
All right, that's fine.
All right,
Here,
but
no, I got it.
Oh.
I got it. Since you said it's my requirement, I'll pop this cherry on this bitch. All right, this thing is called Star Hill Brewery. It's with 2 R's. It's called Snowblind, fucking English. Blah, blah, blah.
It's the snow blend of the blind.
Yeah, I looked at it real quick. It's Snowblind.
Snow blend.
Doppelblock? Is that what that say? Doppelblock? I'm fucking this all up. All right. So
Yo,
anyways,
doppelganger.
it
Let's
has
go.
7.7 alcohol, and it's from Charlottesville, Virginia. Gotta support the local brews.
Yep. But we don't live in Charlottesville.
No, we don't. No, that ain't bad.
Wow, that's actually not.
Yeah, because
Holy fuck.
I think it might be close to an IPA. But
See, I prefer that a fuck ton more. And I like IPAs, but I prefer that a fuck ton more than the last one. That one's a nice beer you can have on a snowy day.
this is kind of. I feel like this is kind of close to like a Bud Light, or like a Bud.
It doesn't taste anything like a light beer.
No, not like a light beer. I'm talking about like Bush. Like it tastes like Bush.
It is. That's a light beer.
I mean, it kind of tastes close to them.
It tastes. It's a bitter beer, but they bring the intensity down so much. Like, because the thing is with IPAs,
They're really bitter.
A lot
Yeah.
of people don't mind the actual flavor; it's the bitterness and how bitter it really is. This to me,
that's pretty smooth. I'm pretty.
it is pretty sweet. Like this is something I would have on a cold day.
Yeah, like today.
Holy fuck, that's actually delicious.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Star Hill Brewery, check them out.
Good job, guys.
I would say look in the description, but depends if I'm lazy or not. I already have plenty on my plate. Fuck. The future of the fucking industry is in our hands. Did you know that?
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, what? I did not know that.
Did you listen to any of the clips? Any video clips?
No, I didn't see him go off or anything. I just saw people like posting about him just like losing his shit on the cast and crew. It's like we have created thousands of jobs, and you idiot, because 4 people tested positive, and I'm just thinking.
Well, that movie's already been. First off, let's rewind. We're talking about the Tom Cruise incident, and my boy Tommy Cruise went off his fucking rock, and I'm sure everybody knows about it by now. A lot of people know about it by now, but I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about it anyway. So he catches some people on the crew, without their mask. They're they're not doing the whole social distancing thing, and they've already been shut down once from this. And a lot of people are looking at this movie as a standard, I should say, on how you should go about. Yes, people are looking at this movie as a standard because it's been shooting probably the longest without a shutdown compared to any other movie.
Supernatural's been doing it for a while with the show.
I'm not talking. Yeah, what? Yes.
I mean, they're technically. I feel like they're the standard, not the movie.
They weren't. They didn't record during the pandemic, so
yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. The last couple episodes, Supernatural.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That's why, like, when
it comes to movies, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking when it comes to movies.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess you're probably right then.
Yeah. So when Cruisy Boy caught a couple people without mask, he wasn't having it because a lot of people don't know that he's a producer on these movies, and a producer's responsibilities are all of the responsibility, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Someone argued that a producer of a movie has more responsibilities than a director. The director has the job of making the creative vision possible.
Yeah.
The producer has to put everything in place in order to make that happen.
Really? I thought the producer was the one that just gave him the money for the director. It was like,
That's the studio.
Here's the producer, like a bunch of producers were like, here, and the executive producer was like the guy that kind of controlled the producers and was like, here's the money that we're going to give to this director to create his vision and we're going to give him, like you said, like the studios and other stuff to like help him create that vision.
They help with that, but they're not like the main source. Like they're the ones that set up locations. Like
okay. If he wants to film in Italy or something.
If I need to shoot in Times Square, that's your fucking job to make that happen.
Okay.
That's your job to talk to people, get things set up, making sure schedules. I mean, sure, does the director have say in that? Of course, but the producer, that's his main job, like making sure actors' schedules are on track and everything.
Oh, like time frames. Okay.
Yeah, and so Tom Cruise on Mission Impossible, that's his franchise, that's his baby, Mission Impossible. So now he's a producer on it, and he ain't having it. He caught some people, and I'm gonna try to do my best Tommy Cruise impression.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right.
This is a beautiful beer, though. I really enjoyed this.
Let me get in the Tom Cruise mood.
Cheers.
They're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. I'm on the phone with every fucking studio at night, insurance companies, producers, and they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you motherfuckers. And there's more. But, I don't have the rest of the quote. But he basically goes on to say that, you all are going to be the reason why people can't make payments on their house. You're going to be the reason that you can't make payments on your education, why people are losing their homes. And he started pointing at a bunch of people, like even higher ups.
Called him out.
Oh, he called him out. He goes, and this goes for you, and you, and you, and you too. Everybody, all you motherfuckers.
My standpoint on the whole COVID thing, like it's thrown out of proportion a little bit, but like
okay.
I understand. I
understand your standpoint is of it's
the tightness is a little ridiculous on it, but yes, I understand.
Here's my response to that. Does your job currently make you do this?
Yes.
If you didn't do it, would you be fired?
No, I'd actually be sent home.
Eventually.
Oh yeah, if I repeatedly do it, yeah, like if I did like a first time offense.
Okay, and the thing is, that's being generous.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that these people kept their jobs,
that's generous.
That's a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people see it as, oh my God, Tom Cruise. Do you see how he berated those people? Do you see how he just tore down those people's dude? You're a bunch of pussies.
Well, it doesn't say the full thing, like what it just says he goes off, but because 4 people tested positive, it never says like what they did. It never said like that's what I've read.
No, it was I think 4 people have tested positive previously. It wasn't because of 4 people testing positive. He came across people that were violating the protocol of not being within 6 feet or not wearing their mask. Like they were around a monitor or something with their mask off, and which defeats the whole purpose of the protocol.
Yeah.
Again, whether or not you agree with it, if you get paid for a job and they tell you to do that,
you do it.
We do it.
Yeah.
I do it. You do it. The fact of the matter is that they kept their jobs they should be thankful. But no, there are a bunch of pussies out here who are like, he had no right to yell at them like that.
Wow.
Do you understand that?
He's kind of like the boss. I mean, he's gonna yell.
What do you mean, kind of like the boss? He is the boss.
I mean, he's one of the bosses.
Yes, but he like, dog. Nothing's getting past Tommy Cruise on Mission Impossible. If Joe Schmo, who's a third stunt performer, comes out and says, "Yo, he did this, this, and this, and this." Tom Cruise, did you do that? Absolutely. You're fired, fucking stunt double. What? What are you?
Yeah, what did I do?
Well, you think we're gonna fire Tommy Cruise? Unless some allegations come out about him, but we're.
What do you mean, Scientology? That already happened.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. Now, like I say, he's a couple eggs short of the carton. I will add.
He's a good actor though.
He's
sometimes very selfish. Like that's why the Mummy fucking sucked, because he wanted all that screen time. Me. I want them to see me.
I wish somebody was yelling at him, going like,
"What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, like,
you want all the screen time?
You want all this screen time, you motherfucker!"
The last good movie you had was Vanilla Sky.
What was that one movie, Night and Day, with fucking Cameron Diaz? That movie was bad. That movie was terrible. Ugh.
I can't say that. Like, Live, Die, and Repeat wasn't that bad.
No, the problem is they changed
the title so many times.
They changed the title so many times. The trailers were fucking terrible. The fucking music in that trailer is fucking. That's a fucking trailer music. So like, you're laughing at me. I'm sitting here fucking in tears because I'm like, yo, am I watching a horror movie or am I watching an action movie?
Man, what's going on here?
And nobody wanted to see it after that because it was a terrible fucking trailer. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I went to go see it. It's one of my favorite action movies of all time. That movie's so fucking good. It's a literal video game movie.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
I don't know if it's my favorite action movie though.
No, I didn't say it was my favorite. I said one of mine. That could be in my top 50. That could be in my top 30.
No. When you say one of your favorites, that means top 10. That's top 10.
Nah.
No, I don't know anybody that says, it's one of my favorites, and they say it's my top 50.
I have a bunch of fucking action movies that are in my top tier.
Well, then it's not one of your favorites then.
It's one of my favorites.
No, it's not.
Like, when I think of action movies, I'm like,
no, it's one of your... It's in the top 50.
Yeah.
It's in the top 50 hits. It's not one of your favorites. It's in the top 50.
So, do you have a playlist on your phone?
Yes.
Do you have 50 songs on a playlist? More than 50 songs on a playlist.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't say any of those songs are your favorite.
No, I can't. But I can put.
Shut up! Your logic is so stupid.
But no. What I'm saying is, but I can say like Imagine Dragons. I can say like I can rank their songs and be like, this song is my favorite. But I can't be like fucking. I'm trying to think of like their newest album, like one of their songs from that album, which I didn't think was that great. Like the Way Out or Way Out, whatever that song. Like I can't be like, oh, that's one of my favorite songs. When read deep down, it's like it's the last song. But even though it's in the top 50, that's literally what you just said. It's like, oh, it's one of my
top 50 songs.
That's not your favorite then.
It's one of my top 50 action movies.
That's fair. You can't say it's one of your top favorite movies when it's not.
But it is.
When Spotify came out with it, it said your top 100 songs. It gave you a figurative number. It's like, this is your top 100 songs.
Well, joke's on you, bitch. I don't use Spotify. Just
Yes,
kidding.
you do.
I know. Fuck me. I'm like the rest of the country. Dude, Spotify's way better than Apple Music.
You know they didn't make a profit till like last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Music licensing when it comes to
it's
movies.
So hard, I bet.
Well,
yeah.
not necessarily hard. Expensive. Like Netflix. Netflix is billions in debt. And people wonder, why are they in debt? They charge me $15+ a month. And
they're trying to crawl themselves out.
The reason they go with debt is because of TV licensing.
Yeah.
All the like, for example, like they're about to not have The Office anymore
with NBC,
and that's huge. That's them not having The Office. I know a lot of people who specifically get Netflix just for The Office, and they do nothing but watch The Office. Dude, people they'll put it on in the background and all that shit. Like it's like Friends.
They still have Friends.
No, they don't.
What?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, I have HBO.
Yeah,
Max.
so like they they don't have but the thing is, those costed so much money. They costed so much money to keep. That's why all those shows and stuff put them millions upon billions of dollars in debt.
Yeah, because they wanted to try to, which is good because I like all some of their personal movies and stuff like that. Even though their fucking endings are garbage sometimes. Netflix, I feel like have like the worst endings in movies. Like they just don't know how to end a movie. Like they try to leave like a little cliffhanger opening, or they just don't tie up like they don't even sometimes tie up the main ending of the story. I just watched Peppermint.
Well, that's not a Netflix movie.
I thought Peppermint was a Netflix movie.
But anyway, you can go ahead and rant about Peppermint, but it's not a Netflix movie.
Have you seen Peppermint?
I've heard it's basically
it's a female Punisher.
Yeah, it's a female Punisher.
Yeah, I said that when I first watched it. I liked it.
I have a soft spot for Jennifer Gardner, so
yeah. I told Taylor she's a sneaky cute. That means like she's not like really attractive, but she surprises you attractive. Like you pass, you're like, why do you look good?
It's like the meme. It's
yeah, you kind of like you do like a little double take. You're caught off guard a little bit.
How'd she react to that?
She wasn't upset. She's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, she agreed.
Yeah, she agreed with me. She was like, yeah,
progress.
Yeah, progress.
Shit. Anyway, what about this movie?
Well, like
you hated?
No, I really liked it. And like I enjoyed it, but like the biggest plot hole which capped off the whole film was the she gets involved in the cartel. That's what she's after, because her husband gets killed. I'm not spoiling anything because the husband and daughter dies. It says it right there in the little.
It's in the trailer. Yeah,
he gets killed by this cartel, which throws me off because the husband didn't want any part of because say me and you, I'm the husband and you're the friend. He was like, hey buddy, come, we can do this thing and we can make money. And then I'm the husband. I was like, nah, I don't want any part of it. Didn't matter because the fucking cartel dude was like, I'm gonna kill him anyways. Which, first of all, would have never happened. No cartel leader is that fucking stupid to go after someone that never touched their money. Because you touched the money, not the husband. Like, he touched the money, so he got killed.
Right.
But then they were like, hey, there's the other guy that was a part of it. And he was like, well, he never really was a part of it. He never touched the money. And he knows that because he has the dude's phone that he just killed, the best friend. But he still kills the husband and the daughter right in broad daylight. Like, not broad daylight, but like right there in a fucking carnival. Which, again, a cartel would have never done. They would have made it.
Wasn't that also in Punisher? The TV show, then they get shot in like this little park carnival thing?
Yeah. I was like, dude, this is literally the female Punisher. Like this is setting up the same thing. Yeah.
Originality at its finest.
Yeah, and it did such a shitty job of her backstory because then it happened. The daughter and the husband died. Then it went 5 years forward, and all of a sudden she knows how to do fucking tactical arms and she knows combat and shit like that. And the only hint it touched at that was, hey, she did underground boxing, MMA fighting at England. That was it. That still leaves out how the fuck she gets so good at switching guns, tactical shooting, knowing what ammo to get, military grade shit. But I was like, whatever. I was like, it was a good movie. I like the action sequences.
I don't like how they skip things like that in movies. I don't like how, we'll go from A to Z just like that. It doesn't matter if they know how to. If they know how to become a fucking killer, it doesn't none of those details matter.
Yeah, they rushed it a little bit.
Let's just go from A. We're at A. We need to be at Z now.
Yeah, and the three, it backtracks to the three guys that did the drive by, and she saw them, and next thing you know, it shows them that she kills them. Well, it shows that she killed one, but then it shows the other two. I'm like, dude, you guys could have definitely dragged this out for another 45 minutes, giving her more backstory and showing her going killing those guys. But it didn't show that. Or the two lawyers that were a part of it. It didn't show any of that. I'm like, you guys could have definitely flushed another hour out of this movie because it was only an hour and a half. Yeah, it wasn't a long movie. I'm
pretty sure it was a January movie.
Yeah.
January movies are the dumpster fires.
Yeah, they're good, but they're not I feel like they might have been running out of money or they just didn't know how they were going to approach it.
Well, people throw a movie, or the studios throw movies into January because they have nowhere else to put them.
Oh, okay.
That's a common trend. And there'll be a rare occurrence.
February and January, yeah.
Well, there'll be a rare occurrence where a movie from January or February pops off. I think there was one recently that did. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was a Marvel film, wasn't it?
No. They wouldn't dare put a fucking movie in January.
I could have swore they put a film in February.
No. I think it was it wasn't John Wick, I don't think. No, I could have swore that recently there was this amazing hidden gem movie that came out in January. Fuck, it might have been this year. Oh, well, I can't remember it.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I just saw that and I was like, whatever. I was like, it was good though. I enjoyed it. And then Ava, with Jessica Chastain.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good film. It had its moments, but then there was moments where I was like, you should not be able to do this. Like, even as tactically trained as you are, like, those guys that you killed should be just as skilled as you.
Yeah.
And, like, they should be, like, they're military grade trained. Like, they're, like, I understand you were in the former military, but those guys had bulletproof vests on. You were aiming at, you shot them in the chest. They're like, they shouldn't have just been like, I'm dead. Like, no.
This should have been laughing.
Yeah. They've been like, what the fuck, bitch? And just dropped her ass. Yeah.
Bit of switch and
Anyway.
flick.
Yeah, and the ending of that was not, that aggravated me how it ended. I was like, what the fuck? You should watch it still, though, because it is a good film. I enjoyed it. John Malkovich and, I'm going to fuck up his name, Colin Firth or...
Colin Firth?
Yeah.
Not Farrell, but Colin Firth, yeah.
Yeah, the one that's about to play Penguin.
No, that's Farrell.
That is Farrell? Okay.
I think there is somebody named Colin.
Colin Firth, yeah, there is a guy named Colin Firth. He does a lot of films, too. He's in Kingsman.
That's what I was about to say. I'm pretty sure that's the guy from Kingsman.
Yeah, I always get their two last names switched sometimes. I'm like, which one's which? But yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I didn't mind it. I'm probably going to get into more movies.
But yeah, that's the...
I want to watch Fat Man. It has Mel Gibson in it.
Fat Man?
It's called Fat Man, where he's like a real life Santa Claus. That's all I know of it so far. It's supposed to be like he's indebted to the U.S. government. He has to make weapons.
Is there like another bad Santa movie? Wait, indebted to the government?
Yeah, he has to make weapons and shit. Yeah, and a kid hires a hitman to kill him. It's supposed to be crazy. Like, it's supposed to be dumb, funny. I was like, I want to watch this.
Is that one of those movies that like I just go to the theater and get drunk?
Yes.
Okay, because I really wanted to do that with Dora the Explorer, but no one wanted to join me.
I didn't know. I would have joined.
I wanted to get so hammered.
I feel like it'd been that's like a little bit of entrapment. Me and you are sloshed in the back seat, and like all these little kids in the front, like,
damn it, you're right.
Like, hey, Boots, Dora the Explorer, and I'm like, yeah, Dora, shake that ass.
I wouldn't say that.
Well,
no.
she's 18 though, ain't she?
Doesn't I would.
It's legal because she's 18.
Shake that ass.
Woo! Come on, Boots, take them off. You're already naked?
Yeah. Swipe him.
Get in his ass.
But
where's the map at, bitch?
Let's make an explicit Dora the Explorer movie. Let's do it.
Just go on Pornhub, bro.
No. My explicit. That's not what I mean by explicit. I mean like a rated R, like where.
They have an Avengers one. I've seen a couple of them.
No, I'm not the fucking Flintstones and shit. No, get out of here. No.
Scooby Doo one. I've seen one of them.
You've seen a Scooby Doo one? Did it fuck the dog?
No. It didn't have Scooby. It had like Shaggy and all. No, Scooby was nowhere to be found. I'm not going into bestiality, man. Jesus Christ.
Let's say all of a sudden it was like, yeah, Scoob's on vacation. So have you actually watched these in depth? Like have you watched these unrated films in depth? Like have you
Did get like the plot? No, I've read one out on a couple of them. Yeah.
All right, what are your top 3?
Definitely the Captain America Black Widow one. That's definitely number 1. Cause of the actress that is in it.
And who is that?
Well, I don't want to put her name out.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, I definitely do. It's Peter Jensen. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
No, I don't.
You don't know who I'm talking about?
I'm laughing at the fact that you have a filmography when it comes to this.
All I'm saying is, if someone were to hold a gun to my head and was like, "Hey, you either have to name 10 porn stars or I'm pulling a bullet in your head," I'll rattle them off quick. Yeah, I could rattle them bitches off quick. I'm like, like I don't care. Look, I don't find it as a problem. I figure it out as an explorer my taste.
Okay, so I do have one. I've seen a couple, but a lot of them have been on accident. Now, listen, I know what you're thinking, but listen.
How do you stumble into that stuff?
Because when you're like me and back in the day, I mean, I don't anymore because I have money. But when you were a broke bitch like I was a couple of years ago, when I was trying to pirate movies and stuff. I'm trying to find movies online, go to different websites and stuff. I still remember to this day, I had my nice computer set up at the old place I used to live at, and I was trying to find The Force Awakens, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and I'm like, oh, this link's working. Oh, no ads. Cool. Click. Shit. Play. Oh! No. And then
That's pretty.
I alerted everybody in the house.
Was this when you were living with me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Previous. And it was they're like, what's that? I'm like, oh, is it appropriate?
You don't know what it is.
It's just Ray and Finn.
I need another
It's just
beer.
Ray and Finn talking.
I need another beer, Dylan. When we get a chance.
Dog, man, you need to calm down.
Dude, I just down them like they're fucking water.
That's ridiculous.
Turn the water into wine.
I'm trying to have like a conversation with you and just, casually sip. You're like, I'm going to talk, I'm going to listen, and I'm going to drink.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what I was saying, cracking a cold one.
I understand that. I just need to rename it Crackin' Cold Ones.
Just one, not...
Ones.
Just, multiple.
Or just Crackin' Colds.
Cracking a cold one. Yeah, we keep cracking the cold ones.
Cracking a cold one and ones.
Yeah, 1 and 1. Add them up. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really proud of myself. I have not watched a naughty video on this computer.
God, I hope not, because it's touching my table.
Yeah, I feel like that's too bulky to try to rub one out. Like, you're trying to, like, balance the laptop over your legs, and you're, like, you're stroking one. You're, like, it's too much concentration. I don't feel like trying to concentrate when I'm trying to do that.
I'm really glad that we're having this conversation right now.
Why is that?
I don't know. It gives me some more insight into who you are as a person.
The mind of Damion. Oh, I don't think it's nothing wrong with rubbing one out. It's actually healthy for you to jerk off.
That's what everyone says who feels guilty about jerking off.
I don't feel guilty.
You don't feel guilty?
No, not in the least. Why would I feel guilty about rubbing one out?
No, I'm just saying, like, people who usually feel guilty always have to try to figure out reasons to, like the first one they always say is, did you know it's actually healthy?
It is. You actually, to have sex or like reduce.
Sex.
Yeah.
Sex.
Same thing. I'm still stroking the pee-pee.
No. I think it like that instant regret after. It's like those toxins of.
See, I don't have any regret after I rub one out.
Nah, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. That is bullshit. You can't tell me that once you're just and then all of a sudden, as soon as you badunk, you go, fuck, what is wrong with me?
No.
You can't tell me that. You're a fucking liar. Every single dude. You fucking know. Every single dude. You have that postpartum fucking instant depression. You have that PTSD where you're like, the gunfire.
Yeah, caught me. Yeah. No. I mean, sometimes I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, why are you the way you are? And then I'm like, oh, well, time to go take a shower.
You're just like staring at yourself, looking at the mirror, holding your fucking
my dick. Just, like, I'm sorry. Aaron Andrews, this wasn't the way it was supposed to go.
What's up with you and Aaron Andrews?
Or Michael Strahan. Either one works.
Who? You say Michael Strahan?
I'm being dead as you don't have post conversation with yourself, like you're getting interviewed.
No,
dude, I do it all the time because I think it's funny. Like I'm like,
so I showed her the clip from last time, and she appreciated it. Let's just say that.
What are you talking about?
When I was telling her how I interviewed her, yeah, she really dug that.
Oh, did she? Thought it was funny?
No.
Oh, she was like, "You're lying."
No, she was like, "Oh my god." she was like, then when all of a sudden you were like, she's probably lying to you. She's fucking. It was like, I'm like, okay.
Ooh.
Pause.
Ooh.
Are you? She was like, no, silly.
Did she roll her eyes when she did it, or did she look away? Did she do like a little slight glance, like, oh,
no?
No.
She was like embarrassed. She didn't want to like look at me.
Oh, because she's lying to you.
No, she's not. She's not.
She's not. Entanglement.
She better fucking not be. There ain't no confusion in this household. It's either this, yeah.
But dude, no, I asked Taylor too about it. I'm like, how did I do? She gives like a grading report. Like,
you don't have to fucking get your report card. You're with you. You got kids. You planted one. What's the saying? What's the saying?
Planting my feet going deep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And then you had twins.
I don't regret anything about them. I love my kids. But I tell you who doesn't love their kids. this couple that dropped their fucking kid off at a fucking Goodwill. No, who does this?
Did they get them confused with CPS?
I don't know. My thing is,
yo, we could.
Oh my god, the top picture, she's wearing a fucking Mickey Mouse hoodie. Mickey Mouse does not support
She got
you.
that from Goodwill. She got that from Goodwill. She was like, "Yo, kid, get the fuck out." But first, grab me that Mickey Mouse hoodie.
Yeah, give me that hoodie. Give me that hoodie. No, I just.
I'll trade the kid for the Mickey Mouse.
No,
hoodie.
like this is what blows my mind when I saw this, because like you said, we need to start looking up articles and stuff so we have stuff to talk about. And this was like the thing that popped out besides the aliens, but we'll get into that later. This.
Besides the aliens.
This
is crazy, but not
the aliens. I gotta say the aliens.
Are the frogs gay?
I have no idea. I haven't got. I read about. Anyways,
never mind.
Yeah, it went way over my head. I don't know.
Alex Jones.
Who?
Alex Jones. You never heard of Alex Jones? The guy talks like this. It's kind of like your dad.
Oh.
But he talks about internet conspiracy theories.
Talking about the head coach from LSU.
No. Crawfish. No, I'm not talking about him. No. All right, but continue.
Oh, okay. All right. So, anyways, this couple dropped this kid off, 2-year-old kid, mind you, at a fucking Goodwill early in the morning. I could have just they dropped it off to a worker. They gave the kid to a worker.
It wasn't just like, yo, wait at the front door, go inside.
No. They gave it to a worker.
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah, with a note. And like that's what bugs me the most. Is like I can imagine just being the worker, but like, what the fuck? Why would you hand me a kid? Like, we accept clothes and food.
She might have kept her receipt.
That's like I could understand. Oh wait, hold on. Apparently, it's kidnapping and abandonment of a 2-year-old who's dropped off at a Goodwill. All right,
so it wasn't even their kid.
That's what it's now. That's what it says. But I could have swore it was her kid.
Let's just imagine it was her kid for a second.
All right, let's go down the path that it was her kid. So let's go on that.
This is the developing story. So let's pretend we're
because it still is developing. Yeah, because that only happened yesterday. And so let's say it is her kid. The kid had a fucking note on him. Says, "Mommy can't take care of me anymore. Please help." That's it. That's all the note said. And the boyfriend or whoever gave it to the Goodwill guy was like, "Here you go. We don't want him anymore." Pretty much. On fucking close to Christmas, you fucking motherfuckers. Like I can't curse enough to understand. I get it. At the same point, like if you feel like you can't support the child, you want to give the child a better life. But at the same time, it's like you're an adult. You need to buckle the fuck up.
You need to buckle the fuck up. And you chose the worst place to drop off the kid.
A Goodwill. Like, do a
fucking Goodwill. That's what we joke about. We didn't mean it.
Yeah. Like, they actually did it.
Yo, fuck your kid. Drop him off at Goodwill. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we didn't fucking mean it. Just.
She committed to it.
Listen, if you're not serious about being a parent, it's terrible as it is, CPS, just in general, just the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
It's better than fucking being in aisle 10 with the used panties at fucking Goodwill.
Yeah, it's just.
And first off, that worker was just like, I didn't think I was gonna wake up to this today.
That's an interesting Thursday. I'll tell you that. This is down in this says Tennessee, but some part, yeah, it happened in Tennessee.
Tennessee's supposed to be a nice place.
Happened in Tennessee. I could have swore it happened in Mississippi. But yeah, like that happened, and I was just like, why?
That's absurd. That is actually absurd.
Oh shit! No, they actually did. All right, we'll keep going down the mother path because I know, but the kid actually did get kidnapped. I read further down.
So they kidnapped the kid only to give it away to Goodwill?
No, so apparently investigators said the man is Jeremy Fitzgerald. Identified a man in the car as well as a woman who walks into the shell. Investigators say Fitzgerald crashed the red car seen in the footage. He was taken into custody after a brief trip to the hospital. FBI got involved because the kid was taken across state lines from Memphis to Mississippi. Oh, that's where he got dropped. Mississippi Goodwill. So that's where it is.
Okay. That's where you were born, right?
No, I was born here in Virginia.
You lived in Mississippi, though.
No, I lived in Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, I lived in
Got
Missouri.
it. Okay.
Lived out
One
west.
of the other MIs.
Not down south. I lived out west.
Yee.
We have So it says Fitzgerald had Turner pose as his sister who would babysit the 2-year-old while Fitzgerald and the child's mother went to Nashville. Hold on, what? Federal complaint. Fitzgerald had Turner posed as his sister and would babysit the 2-year-old while Fitzgerald and the child's mother went to Nashville.
So
I guess I don't know. Anyways, I'll keep reading into it. I'll come back to you as you continue talking your stuff. But like, as a parent, if this is the mother or whatever, you have an obligation to step up and take care of that child. Like I've like, don't get me wrong. Like I was scared when my kids were born,
right?
And I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can do this. But guess what? I buckled the fuck up, and I was like, I'm gonna raise these 2 kids because I'm not one of those people that like, let's get an abortion because we had sex unprotected. It's like, I know what I did. Yeah, and inevitably, it was Taylor's choice. Taylor could have made the choice or whatever. I would have supported her either way. But I gave my say because I feel like a life is precious. And
that's just, I guess that's the only thing I don't like is when people do the blame game when it comes to, having kids. It's like, yo, did you put the stick in her? Did she allow you to put the stick in her? Okay, then you both decided to do that. Did you want protection? Did she want protection? And then it's like this. It's this blame game that doesn't make any sense. You both decided to do it, and this is coming from a perspective of you actually having a kid. Now with this story, they might not have had the kid or whatever, but even so, like you had the kid, take care of the fucking kid.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do because once you have a kid, life is not about you anymore.
No.
Not for the next 18 fucking years. So do your best, live with it, work through it, and raise a fucking kid and be a good parent. Because there are so many people out here who just aren't. And people who have kids all the time. Like, I've said since day one there needs to be some kind of test. There really does need to be a test. There's a test for fucking everything else. Why not a parent? Why not be...
Yeah.
Really? Would you agree with me coming from being a parent? Do you think there should be a test to be a parent? Or to raise a kid?
Oh, yeah, because, like, that's what I'm... Like, in that one movie, Peppermint, like, the father's an alcoholic to his son, but he doesn't beat his son, but he's just an alcoholic. And I'm like, you need to step up. Like, that is your child. Like, you need to take whatever, like, happened, like, whatever their... Like, your wife or your girlfriend died giving birth to that child. You can't think of that child and blame it on that child. Be like, I'm going to hate this child and become an alcoholic. Like, you need to step up and be a parent, a mentor, and help that child. No need to damage that child. Like, that's...
Just because just because you're damaged, don't put that on anybody else.
Yeah.
And nobody, I don't believe anybody's truly damaged. Y'all can get help if you really want to. What now? Is there another developing story?
Yeah, mother said Fitzgerald wanted her to work as a prostitute.
Who?
That's the dude that got arrested. Jeremy Fitzgerald. He's the guy that got arrested. Mother said Fitzgerald wanted her to work as a prostitute. She refused, so she left.
How old's the girl?
Left her in Nashville. When I answered, I don't know. It's his wife or girlfriend or whatever. The dude demanded money for the child's return before dropping him off at Goodwill. The toddler was taken by Mississippi Child Protective Services. If convicted, Fitzgerald and Turner faced 20 years to life, and a hefty fine.
Let's hope for the latter.
There is no parole in federal system.
Let's hope for the latter.
I don't know who the fuck this Turner is, though. It doesn't really say who this Turner is. I guess it's like the woman...
Well, regardless.
Oh, okay. Identified woman as well as a woman who walks in jail. The investigators identified her as the 29-year-old Talissa Turner. So that makes more sense now because it says, Turner Fitzgerald, the guy, had Turner, the girl, posed as his sister who would babysit the 2-year-old while Fitzgerald and the child's mother went to Nashville. And then he left the mother in Nashville, and then he went back, picked up his kid, took Turner, the woman, drove to Mississippi, dropped the child off at the fucking Goodwill, demanded money for the child, and then left him.
This ain't GameStop for humans, dog.
What the? Like, you left the mother in a different state, went back. No, not a different state, different county, because they live in Memphis. Dropped her off at Nashville, went back to Memphis, picked up the girl that I guess he was fucking and posed her as his sister. They took the 2-year-old child. Fitzgerald took his 2-year-old child, threw him down to Mississippi at a fucking Goodwill. You fucking garbage piece of shit, dude. I hope you spend 25 to life in that prison.
That's being nice.
Yeah.
I love when judges do. You're getting 300 years because it's just a funny number.
No, because like I looked it up. Life sentences have like a term. Like life sentences are like 30 years. That's what a life sentence is.
I know.
Yeah, that's what they're. That's why they say 3
I know,
life sentences.
I love it when I love it when they're like, he's in here for 450 years. You know what I mean? Like
they want to make sure he's dead.
Right. Like I'm just like, dude, that's so funny. They're just like, yo, you're not getting 100 years. You're not getting 200 years. You're not getting 300 years. You're getting half 1,000 fucking years. You won't be able to get out till 2320.
Jeez, I feel like if you give a person like 100 years in prison, just kill him.
Yeah.
That they need to bring the death penalty back, not for something like this, because this is really not killing like a child.
I agree when it comes to like those kind of sentences.
If you murder someone, you kill him. You kill the person that murdered. Like if you murder me, I hope you die. Why do you deserve the right to spend your life in prison for the rest of your life? You get paid, you get to eat. The food may not be good, but it may be shitty. That's fine.
Three meals a day, all that shit.
Get a bed. You can read books. You can still educate yourself. No, you don't deserve that right. You took that right away from me. You deserve that right.
Some prisons treat their inmates better than others too. I know. I've seen prisons where people fucking play PS2s and shit, PS3s and all that shit.
Well,
they have TVs in their fucking rooms.
I feel like those lighter fines, like you get charged with coke distribution and something like that. Like that's more of like a rehabilitation type of deal. But like if you murder, rape.
Right.
Those
are unforgivable.
Those type of things are unforgivable. Like especially something like this. This is unforgivable. Like my kids, I love my kids more than anything, and I stepped up, and I would never ever I worked at a shitty job to support my kids. You know that job.
Yeah.
I worked at a shit because where I was working at, I wasn't getting paid enough.
Right.
And I knew I had to step up because I wanted these beautiful kids and everything else like that. So I stepped up. These people. Whether that be the boyfriend or the dad or whatever, he did not step up. He was a piece of shit.
They choose the easy way out.
Yeah.
And I might add, the dumb way out. It's not even an easy... Like, the thing is, with these people who do these dumb decisions, they're trying to find an easy out by doing the worst fucking thing possible to make it an easy out.
Yeah, see, but he got charged with kidnapping them because he took the mother in a different county and then he went back to grab his kid.
But like, wait... Did you think you were going to get away with that, dog? Like, there's certain things nowadays you are just simply not going to get away. Like,
especially with today's technology.
With today's technology, like, you can't fucking rob a bank anymore. I mean, granted, now tomorrow there's going to be some fucking bank robbery. Biggest like, bank heist. But generally speaking, like, you just can't do those things anymore. Like, if people had the mindset today that they did or if people had the mindset that they do today
in the past,
oh,
they definitely probably get away with more stuff. Oh, hands down,
so much more.
Like, because technology and stuff like that, like these face masks alone, if I were to rob a bank back in the day, I'd get away with it. But no one can identify me. Like if I like what?
Well, yeah, and if it's just the things that you know, like fingerprints, all that shit, because like things evolve over time. But like people's mindsets are still stuck. They hear these famous stories about, oh, that happened, this happened. They think, well, I can do that. Well, here's the thing, dumbass. If you do it exactly how they did it, you're going to get caught because you're not evolving. Now, I'm not talking like I'm some fucking famous criminal here, but I'm just saying, like, to me, it's just common sense. But it goes back to your point of, did you really think you were going to get away with that?
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a parent, like, I get it. With situations like that, as like you feel like you can't support that child, but you wanted to bring the child into the world.
You do it anyway.
Yeah, you do. And like some of those people that get like end up in foster care and stuff like that, those are shitty people. I don't care who you are, what you're going through, unless you're absolutely 100% certain that you're gonna be you're a druggie, you're gonna end up in a dead in the gutter or some shit like that. That's the only reason my kids should end up in foster care, because they have nowhere to go to, because they have no other family members, because she distanced herself from her grandmothers or whatever. That's the only reason why kids should be in foster care, not because someone didn't want to raise their child.
Right, and I think that a lot of people. What they should consider, because a lot of people, go to abortion. If that's your choice, it's your choice, whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people nowadays, they like get connected with families who, for example, can't have a kid. and they're like,
they'd be a surrogate kind of type of deal. They're like, hey, do you want my kid?
Right, you want my kid. It may not be technically yours, but you can raise it literally from the day I give birth.
And claim it as yours. Shit. That's fine. Yeah. Some people are like that. I know that because they
get the donors and all that shit.
Yeah. Some people work out deals like that where they're like they'll give birth to their kid, but they'll claim it as the other parent's kid, and they'll be like, oh, I'll be a part. Some people are like, hey, I want to be kind of like a loose custody. Like I want to visit my kid, but I want.
Yeah. And I've heard stories of like donors, for example.
Yeah.
Like say if like, I donated and the parents die. And the kid's still a kid. I think I've read somewhere technically you're still responsible because you're technically the father.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of.
That I don't agree with. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't know.
If there's a binding look, if you write out a contract saying like, I don't know.
If I die, it's going to go to you. Yeah,
I don't fucking know if there is a contract. So like, I don't know what the logistics are because I never fucking considered it.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you're trying to help a family who can't have one, for example. Mm-hmm. So if I'm like, fine, it's a little awkward, what I'm doing. But if I'm doing it to help the benefit of you guys, so be it. And if I get a little bit of ching my way, so be it. When something tragic happens to those people, I'm sorry, but that wasn't the plan. That's not how it works, because nowadays a lot of people do that. A lot of people can't have kids. A lot of people donate. Mm-hmm. So now I don't know if that's like a law. I don't know if it's a law or not. I haven't done enough research on it.
Yeah.
But from what I've read, like I've heard of a lot of people having to become responsible for the kid if like the parents tragically pass away or the parents tragically pass away. And I don't know if that's right.
Well, I don't
know if that's right.
I don't know in those cases. Like, those would be interesting. Like, it depends on how the person steps up. Like, if it was your kid, like, it depends on how you would step up to it. I don't know how they would handle that in court. I think that's a lot of court things to figure out.
Me too, and especially like
it depends on the character.
You move and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
It depends on the character of the person. Like you, I know you would step up and you would probably take care of that kid. Like if you did something like that, the donor thing, but then, like the donor somehow died, you'd be like, I'll take the kid back. But like I don't. It depends on the character.
All right, to be as shitty as it sounds, I guess it would truly have to be like where I'm at in my life.
Yeah, it depends on the character of the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, like if me and Taylor died, my mom would take the kids in the heartbeat.
Right.
Like my mom, like yeah, she'd probably be like hindered a little bit, but she would step up and she would take care of our kids. So that I'm really thankful for that. I'm really thankful for having the family I have.
Right.
Like the younger siblings and stuff like that, because that's what my mom said. Like when she had all my siblings close together, she was like, I know that you guys will be close knit compared to your older siblings. I'm like, yeah, that's really true, because I can rely on my younger siblings if God forbid something happens.
Right.
And then
that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and another thing compared to the child thing, this was a court case that happened. I was watching it on Instagram where there's like, I want to say the kid was like 20 years old, and the mother was selfish as fuck. She left her son with her mother and her grandmother, which was his grandmother and great grandmother.
Right.
He was like, I was raised by my grandmother and my great grandmother. And the judge was like, where was your mother a part of it? She's like, yeah, she was in the military. She took me at like when I was 5. And then she took me when I was in high school. And then she said, I got to focus on me before I can focus on you. And then the judge was like, how old were you when your mother said that to me? He was like, well, she said it to me multiple times when I was like 5 and then 16 and 17. I'm like, well, that's a shitty fucking mom.
Yeah.
Like
kids at that age remember that shit.
Yeah. And then the judge went to the mother and was like, well, what did you do? You didn't like help raise your kid? And she was like, well, yeah, I took him for these couple of years. And then I went to Washington, D.C. and I went to Harvard and I went to schooling at D.C. and all this shit. But I was starting to become a struggling student. So I couldn't raise my kid anymore. So I gave him to my mother. And the judge was like, your priority is not you anymore. Like,
right, yeah. Like I said earlier.
Thank you for your service, because she was in the military for like 5 years.
Like, thank you for your service, but I tell you, like,
yeah, like you need a, like, the priority isn't you anymore. You can't focus. She was like, well, I meant by like when I said I need to focus on me first, was like if I can't love myself, I can't love him. It's like, no,
that's
bitch,
not the way
that's
works.
not how this works, bitch. Like, no, like you can have
That's so cute.
Yeah, when you have downfalls, you need to step up and still love your kid. No matter if you hate yourself inside, no matter what you're going through. Like I said, back at the company I worked at, like I was like, this is fucking awful. But I was like, I'm not gonna take it on my kids and be like, this is because of you guys. Like,
right, and people
that.
take it that way all the time.
Yeah, people do that stuff all the time. Like they'll blame it on their kids when the kids didn't do anything.
You fucking had the kid.
Yeah.
You dumb fuck.
I that's what I'm saying. Like whenever I see something like that happen to kids, like I feel like it's up until like even 18, 19, and 20. Because like we're in our mid 20s right now. Because technically, like that's where we're at. Like we're at the post cost. We're adults now. But I feel like up until like
just now.
Yeah, no, because that's what I'm saying. Like even though like 18, you're considered adult. Like even though back in the day they're like, oh, 18, like 18
is an adult, but you can't do literally everything until you're 21, which makes no fucking sense.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like even back then, like 18, they're like you're an adult, but like mentally, you're still doing dumb shit.
But
like,
even at 21, you're not mentally capable.
You're still doing dumb
until
shit
25. Like your brain's not fully developed until 25.
Oh yeah, even though like, but we're adults. I'm okay with us counting us as adults because like at 20, 21, you should have figured out enough. You're still kind of learning. Right. You're still doing different curves and stuff like that. But like, you should have your shit together. You're not considered a kid anymore. But like 18, 19, and like 18 and below, 19 and below, you're a kid. Someone should help nurture you mentally because like you're still learning. Even at this age, like we're still learning. But like at that point, like that's when you learn like young 10 stuff like that. Like you learn a lot of mentally good, bad stuff. And some people just do a fucking shitty job at it, man.
Terrible.
Yeah, and I'm doing the best I can.
I think you're doing a pretty good job, friend.
Thank you.
Doing a pretty good
I
job,
have 2
friend.
kids, people.
Yeah.
No one, because the previous 2 episodes.
Baby boys.
Both boys, thank God.
Mm-mm.
However they turn out, I'll do the best I can to guide them through my misguidance from the shit I've misstepped on.
Parker and Carson,
yeah. Another thing is like I've seen this like instead of giving your kids what you didn't have, teach your kids what you didn't know. Like my kids, I'm gonna teach them a lot of automotive and stuff like that because by 2030 they're trying to make dealerships are trying to like just sell all electric cars.
Right.
They're not getting rid of like gas yet or anything like that, but like I'm gonna get my kids ready for all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, fuck cars.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm ranted. All right.
No, it's all good.
No,
it's
you're
all
good, man. I understand. Yeah.
This was a good discussion.
Yeah, this really was like kids and stuff. I figured it would have been. That's why I decided to lead with it because I was like, this is a good.
I feel the passion within you.
Yeah, because now that I have, like, I mean, I guess kind of before I had kids too, like I was always supportive of younger kids, like because they're innocent. Like kids do nothing wrong, and yet people take shit out on them.
I know, but you've grown a long way from where when you first found out you were having kids. I will say that because I'm pretty sure you don't mind me telling this story.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
But I still remember, like, because I was going through my own shit at the time, and you were like, "Hey, so after work, I'm going to take you to Spelunkers. It's a restaurant where we're at. It's like a burger place. It's spelunking, cave diving, whatever. But it's Spelunkers. It's like an old fashioned burger place.
It's beautiful. I love the burgers.
It is
delicious.
It is an establishment worth trying.
Oh yeah.
But I remember
joint.
I remember you telling me, like, listen, all right, I'm gonna buy you food, and I'm like, okay. So then you bring me here, and like I said, I'm going through my own shit at the time. Like I didn't really, no offense, give a fuck about anything that was going on with everybody else. And I remember you telling me like, so I'm having kids and I'm scared.
Oh yeah, I was terrified.
And I was like,
you were caught off guard. You're like,
no. This is what I did. Sorry, I misheard that.
Yeah, you did exactly
kids,
that. Yes, you did exactly that.
Kids,
I remember, yes.
Kid, like KIDS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm having twins. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said, I remember the first thing I said was, you know what you need to do, right? It was like, you need to quit your fucking job right now. And go to another one. I was like, because the thing is, for example, like what you did, you were trying to seek something out. You were trying to seek a job that had opportunity,
but it wasn't paying enough.
Because you went to school, all that stuff, and you had to start at like a lower level position. Yep. And once you found that you were having kids, like I tried telling you, like I'm like I told you, like I said just now, like it's not about you anymore. I was like, I know it sucks to admit. I know it sucks that it feels like you went to school for nothing.
I told you too, though. I remember did I tell you I ever asked for a raise for that job?
You had like one last attempt, but like
I tried like
you didn't wait long. Like you were gone like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, because they said no. They said no about the raise. They were like, "Fuck you," and I'm like, "All right, fuck you guys."
Yeah.
I'm out.
Then you applied for the jobs, and then
Yeah.
and then you put in your 2 weeks, but then you left early or some shit. You were just like, "Yo, I'm not."
Oh, I gave him such a douchebaggy farewell. I was like, Lenny Kravitz once said, "You got to spread your wings and fly away." So that's what I'm doing, guys.
Did you write that on a piece of paper?
Dude, I wrote it on a piece of paper, and so I worked at a mechanic shop. I'm not gonna say the shop because I do respect. I respect the people that worked there, but not how the situation unfolded.
Right.
And where it was at. So I gave him the note, and the guy, me and him were cool. He looked at the note. He's like, "Really, Damion?" I'm like, "Yeah." Give it to the lead guy, and he's like, "He's not gonna take this too well." I'm like, "I don't care." I was like, "You guys don't want to like get me out, and like you guys lied to me at the start where you said I was gonna be, and then you did this." And he was like, "All right." He's like, "It's been an honor working with you." I'm like, "Yeah, no hard feelings." I was like, "You just know because the situation I'm in." He's like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "I respect that."
First off, before you go
No,
on,
I'm done. I'm done with it.
No. I want you to. But here's the thing. I want to like just throw that out there. Putting in a 2 weeks is supposed to be a thing out of respect, right?
Yes.
Why does no company ever treat it as such?
I know they find it disrespectful.
They always
yeah.
they always fucking tell you. Put in your 2 weeks, put in your 2 weeks, put in your 2 weeks. But then once you put in your 2 weeks,
They give you a dirty look.
They're like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
It's like, did you think I was going to stay here for fucking ever? Like, I've never fucking understood that. Put in your 2 weeks. Okay, fine. If you leave, at least put in your 2 weeks. Okay, fine. I proceed to put in my 2 weeks. How fucking dare you?
You know, I think the only job that was ever cool with me putting in my 2 weeks was Dairy Queen. Ever in the jobs. I've worked multiple. Actually, no, I take that back.
Well, you came back, too. Me and him used to work together.
No. I take that back. 2 jobs. No, 3. 3 jobs out of the 6 jobs I've worked. So I'm at a 50% that people don't mind me putting in my 2 weeks. Well, the 2 knew what was happening. They knew what I was trying to do. So like the 1, either way, they knew what I was trying to do. They're like, they respected it. They weren't like giving me dirty looks like, "Oh my God, how could you?"
I mean, you were going out to fucking school.
Yeah, Dairy Queen was cool with that. And then the 2 jobs I worked while I was at school. The one before I went to Junior Motorsports, Troutman Tire and Auto. You don't know that. But like they were cool because guys there were cool as shit. They're like, "Dude, we know you're trying to better yourself. Good luck." And I'm like,
well,
"Thanks,
did you
guy."
explain to the most recent or the mechanic shop? Did you explain to them like, I'm having kids?
Yeah, I told them. And they said that like, because how they set up when I got hired, when I got hired, when I went to get interviewed, they were like, "You're going to be an apprenticeship. You're going to be underneath someone that knows what they're doing. You're going to be making this money. You're going to be making this wage." I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's fine. As long as I'm underneath someone that knows what they're doing." As soon as I get there, I'm in quick lube. And I was like, this is not what I thought I was going to be at, but okay.
Like bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, way bottom of the barrel. So I was like, all right, I'll buckle up. I'll take my lumps because I'm the rook. I'll do that. And then once I found out I was having...
It just sucks in hindsight because of like...
Because I love working on cars. You know that.
Well, I know that, but you had an opportunity almost at one point to go work for Porsche, right?
Yeah, I really did. Which kind of sucked to that because this was like a lot of miscommunication on both our parts, I think. When I was at UTI, I was actually the valedictorian of my class.
I have the speech.
Yes.
I have the speech to prove.
You have the speech.
I'd like to thank our sponsors.
Spark, 3M spark plugs, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big class, but I was like a top student. I feel like throughout the whole area, I was like a top student because I had a 4.0.
Believe it or not.
I did. I'm actually pretty smart.
I've always said, Damion, you're book smart, but street smart.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. But
it's not just me.
Yeah, no, you're not alone. But has been saying it to me for years. Not the bootlegger one, the stepdad. So
I was like, the bootlegger one has nothing to talk about.
Yeah, motherfucker said he wishes my mother would have swallowed me. You remember that McDonald's drive-thru?
Yeah, man. I was trying to get my McDoubles, and he's just like, "Yo, your mom's just swallowed your ass."
But
thanks, Dad.
Yeah, but yeah, I was top of the class, and I went to a Porsche interview. You know what stopped me from getting into Porsche? I don't think I ever told you that.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about bootleggers. I'm just thinking about your mom swallowing you.
Yeah. I don't think I ever told you why I never got into Porsche.
I think you did. It's just been a while.
Lack of experience. Had nothing to do with my attendance, my willing to work, my attention
that's
to
the
work.
point of this fucking school, right?
Yeah.
Say, like, you could have been at the bottom of the barrel at Porsche, but the thing is, there's a lot more opportunity there than where I guess you went.
Because they were going to pay for my schooling. They were going to pay for my schooling and my traveling. Like, it was up in Pennsylvania. I was like right there. I was like, dude, I could have done that. And they said, lack of experience is the only reason why you're not in the top. And I was like, motherfucker. I was like, all right, whatever. Lack of experience.
So, like...
I feel like everything happens for a reason, though, so I'm cool.
Yeah, but my thing is like, so do you know who they went with instead?
The guy that
do you know personally who they went with instead?
I don't know his name, but I know that I remember the guy that he literally interviewed right before me.
And how much experience did he have with fucking Porsche before he applied?
No, just in the mechanic field. I have no idea.
That's why you fucking go to school. I hate that shit too. Dude, 2 weeks and I hate that shit. So the shitty job that you applied for, right? That you had the job that he was talking about, he did it for his kids and everything. I also applied for that job. Him having no experience, me having no experience. They didn't hire me because I had no experience.
I had connections.
I did too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I put down the same fucking connections.
I was surprised you didn't get hired.
I put down the same connection. Like, so if you were with this person, would you carpool with this person? I'm like, oh, absolutely. Like, me and him discussed that. And he was like, dude, that's bullshit. Why didn't you get? I was like, dude, I don't know if I botched the interview or what. I don't think I never botched an interview in my life. But I don't know how. That's why when you told me, I was like, I'm happy for you, dog. But I'm low key pissed because I'm like, I don't know what you had to say. You had to throw in some jokes or something. Because
I do. I definitely every interview I've ever done, I always bust a joke. Because me personally, I'm always nervous when I do.
Well, I was desperate for a job, so I was just trying to do nothing but take it serious. And like, I need a job right now. I was like. I wouldn't say looking desperate, but I was just like, I'm willing to do anything that it takes.
Whenever I do a job interview, I always have like a light go-to feeling for it. Cause I'm a little nervous, but I always think of it like a job interview is like, look, this is an opportunity. If I get it, if I get it, if I don't, I don't.
Right.
No matter what happens. Same thing like with Interbake. I was thankful I got it when I did. Cause then once I knew that I had the job, I was like, fuck the job I'm at.
Right, yeah.
And the way they ended was great. I love the way I ended at that job.
How'd you end it?
Oh, I was such a dick.
Oh, dude.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I smell it through here. It
I love it.
It goes through and.
All right, so the way I ended the job, I don't want to put them on the spot because we still have a good friend that works there.
Yeah, no, we're not good.
And the way it ended was I was supposed to work overtime that day.
Keyword, supposed.
Mind you, I have a month-old babies.
My month-old babies.
My month-old babies. I have two babies, a month-old. And this is after I was supposed to work overtime when the babies were just born. Oh, dude, I had to fight them so hard on that shit. I was pissed. So I told them, I was like, dude, I just had kids. I can't.
Weren't they mad at you when you had the kids or something?
Yeah,
too?
they were kind of mad. They were like, you can't
Fuck you for being there for your kids.
Like, you can't come in overtime for a day. I'm like, dude, I'm exhausted. Even though I didn't have the babies, I've been here like I have two babies, motherfuckers. They're like, I have three kids. I'm like, did you have them at the same time? Did you even have two kids at the same time? They're like, no. I'm like, well, then shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to help her while she's taking care of one because I got to take care of the other one. And I was supposed to work overtime the one day that I was supposed to. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this place. I clocked in.
I remember. Oh yeah,
I'm in the.
You left, didn't you?
Yeah, I
you
left.
Clocked in and left.
I left. I still got paid for those 12 hours.
Which is the dumbest thing because they figured out that you weren't there, right?
No. Hold on. I'll get into that. There. You're getting too eager, boy. Crack me another one.
Oh shit.
So, and
we need to save one though for that finale. At 10 episodes. Every 10 episodes, we're mixing every single beer that we've had the previous.
Well, then don't give me another one because save me one.
That's one. It's one more.
There's one. You want to save one? Okay, I thought you
save
want to
one.
save one per person. Okay.
No.
All right, let me get back to the job. So this job, they took my jobs. So this job, I was supposed to work a fucking 12, and after I got done working, like I think I worked 3 days in a row, and like how it works is fucking stupid. And I was supposed to work another 12, and so I was like, you know what? Fuck this place. I clocked in. I made myself seen. I made sure that a couple people saw me. And then I dipped. I fucking went home. I went to bed. I set my alarm just in time for me to wake up, clock out, make it seem like a fucking supervisor was waiting for my ass.
Oh no!
Apparently, it was at all 3 buildings. There was a supervisor. There was like a head honcho waiting up, like at building 3, building 4, building 1.
Security, we got him.
And so I showed up. I clocked out, and I was about to leave, and one of the guys was like, "Hey, who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Damion Wolford. What of it?" Like, what do you want? Like, 'cause he grabbed me. He was like, "Hey, who are you?" I'm like, "What the fuck? Get your hand off me. I don't care if you're like 300 pounds more than me."
Right.
And
the fact that they felt that he was that big and needed to grab you. Said something.
Yeah. He was like 2 something, but anyways, and
plenty.
Yeah, he grabbed me. And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "All right," and he was like, "Were you here today?" I was like, "Yeah, I was here today. What do you mean?" I was like, "That's why I'm clocking out." Like, what do you mean? And he's like, "No one's seen you all day today." I was like, "I was here." He's like, "No, you weren't." I'm like, "Dude, I was here." Like, I was lying through my teeth. I'm like, "I don't know who told you what, but I was here." And
at one point, were you caught?
Dude, I was definitely caught, but I was bullshit. Like, I knew it. I knew he had me, but I was pulling it out. I was like, I'm gonna try to bullshit my way out of this motherfucker.
That's amazing.
And,
That's amazing.
I really thought I had him too. I really did. I was committed. And then so I left. He's like, someone HR will be in touch with you. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And I just left. I was like, fuck you, I don't care. 'Cause I already had the job at the other place. Right, yeah. They were getting set up. And so HR got a hold of me. I kept calling in sick because I was like, I'm gonna keep getting these sick days because I had like 3 left. I was
right.
Like, I'm gonna collect this money and get pointed out. And I was like, all right, I'll meet HR. I'm gonna collect the 60%. Yo, dude, I milked the fuck out of it. I was an asshole. And so I went up to HR.
Don't be an asshole, and I won't be an asshole.
Yeah. So I went up to HR. They're like, they said the date. I don't remember what day it was, but they're like, "Hey, were you here this day?" I was like, "Yeah, I was here." I was like, "That's why I clocked in. Why do you think? You think I'm gonna clock in and leave? I'm not a piece of shit." I was like, "Who do you?"
Oh no!
I was all confident. I was like, "Who do you take me for?" I was like, "I'm a man of my word." Most of the time I am, but this place, fuck this place. If you do me dirty, I'm gonna do you dirty. Fuck you.
Who do you think I am?
Who? And so,
they were right.
So they had that HR guy and the like where you're like the HR guy was here and the plant manager, not the
okay,
yeah, whatever, the second in command guy, not the top guy. So they were like, "Where were you this day?" I was like, "I was here. I clocked in." And I was like, "I did all this." And I was like, "I helped out a little bit, and then I dipped." They're like, "What do you mean you dipped?" I was like, "I went in my car and took a nap." I told them. I was straight up honest with them. I was like, "I fucking hid." I was like, "Fuck you guys." I told them, I was like, "I just had kids." I was like, "I'm exhausted. You guys want to make me work 12s because I'm afraid to lose my fucking job." I
worked a little bit and dipped.
Dude, I was heated. I was like mad.
That's amazing.
I was like, if you want to fire me, go ahead and fire me. I was like, I'm cool with it.
They're like, "Oh, the paperwork's already done."
No. They're like,
"Get the fuck out."
I should have said they should have fired me so I could collect unemployment, been a bigger piece of shit. Because if you quit, you can't.
Please fire me.
Because you can't. I didn't know this at the time, but
you didn't know that. If you quit, you don't get any benefit.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and so
that's why. Side note: a lot of people are getting are during the whole COVID thing. A lot of people are given ultimatums. So, for example, like our fellow friend Ethan, he was given an ultimatum. Either you come back, because a lot of jobs, for example, just told you just to go home and we'll wait out this thing.
Yeah.
It took longer than expected. So when they wanted these workers back, they said, "Listen, you can come back to work at 75% of your pay, or will say that you refuse to work and that you quit, so then you can't collect unemployment.
That's so shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just like one job. A fuck ton of jobs did that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I just wanted to add that. Keep going.
No, this was before the whole COVID thing, by the way. Yeah. And so they did that. And I was like, well, if you want to fire me, you can go ahead and fire me. I don't care. Because I was at like 4 points. I needed one more point. I got fired anyways. I was like, you can fire me. They're like, well, we can say you quit and it looks better on your resume and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. And say I quit. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. That's fine. And I just left and that was the end of it. Fuck that job. I hate that. Every time I passed that job.
It was just fun. Did they walk you out?
Yeah, they didn't walk me out.
They didn't walk you out?
Yeah, we shook hands like gentlemen. It was beautiful. We were like, because like after like the end of like we had the conversation and stuff like that. The guy, he looked at me. He was like, his name was Tim. He looked at me. That's the HR guy, but the other guy, because I'm not gonna give his last name. He was like, well, what do you want to do? And, I was like, well, I was like, I don't care. I've already moved on. They're like, well, we heard you were looking for another job anyways. I'm like, yeah, I got it. And they're like, well, do you want to do this? I'm like, yep, that's fine. We shook hands like we were gentlemen. No matter what happened, we were like, hey, no hard feelings.
Go fuck yourself.
That's pretty much what it was. Like, it looked like we gave it to each other. It was like we were being gentlemen, but like deep down, like the back of our minds.
He was like, I hate you, and I hate you more.
Yeah, pretty much. We're like, you know what? Fuck you, and I'll fuck at you, Dave.
Man, that like shits on all my stories. Well, not all my stories. I worked with a bunch of crackheads at Dollar General. That was fun.
Yeah, my grandmother who just works forever.
No, she was the only sober one. No, everybody else there except for one guy.
Didn't you get fired over like 20 cents?
Oh.
Put the hood up. Put the hood up.
This is a level of shame I'm not proud of. But yeah, I got fired. So listen, I guess this episode's just gonna turn into old job stories. That's fine with me.
God damn it! I wanted to get into the aliens.
Okay, we'll get into that at the end.
How much time are we at right now?
Probably shoo. We're at an hour 12.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. All right, keep going. Go with your story. Fuck it. We'll send it. Hope you guys enjoy. A little backstory on us.
Oh, feel my feet.
I feel like they learned a lot about me though. Like they learned I have kids. I worked at a shitty job.
No, that sounds like the average American.
America. I'm thankful for being born. I'm thankful.
I thought you were gonna say I'm grateful for being an abortion. That's what I thought you were gonna say. I was like, what?
I avoided those coat hangers. I was like, hot da 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 da. No, but I'm thankful
stick that bitch
for being born in America. Even though we're like fucking, there's a lot of idiots. Good thing we don't live in fucking India or some shit. Like they're overpopulated as fuck.
Right.
They'll throw a baby off a roof and they're like, yeah, whatever. There's another one.
They have 3 of them.
Yeah, like, whatever. All right, but anyways, continue with your story.
It was a buy 3 give 1 away free sale.
Oh.
Anyway, so was the pavement. Anywho.
Oh fuck.
So Dollar General, we're starting a ways back. Did you expect that?
No, that was pretty good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. You've done well, young one.
Mm-hmm.
So going back a ways, back in my weed days of high school, I used to work at a place called Dollar General. Now I know if you've probably heard of it because your local crackheads probably hang out there. But so they have great deals and not so great crack. But I worked at the worst one you could possibly imagine. Like, imagine going through a small town.
The thing's been there for years.
It's the only thing standing. It's been there longer since fucking Town Hall.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right.
Like, and they have, I will say, as much as they have upgraded a lot of things in that town, for whatever reason they go, but not that Dollar General though. That has to stay pristine. And by pristine, I mean as shitty as it's ever looked. Because, boy, does that thing look like it's had rust for years. Dude, Dude, I just smell rust when I walk in. When I walk in, I don't smell the deals. I don't smell the great deals. I smell the rust and the crack.
That and some mildew.
Oh, definitely mildew. Definitely mildew. So listen to this. Okay, listen to this. So I'm sure my mutual friend won't won't mind. So a friend of mine got me the job there. 2 days later, he got fired. So, no. Let me rewind. The first day I went to this job, okay, I was supposed to start very early in the AM unloading the truck. Okay, I didn't know anything about this job. Like I said, this is technically my first job. I've worked with my dad before in various...
this is when I was working at Dairy Queen, wasn't it? The first
yeah,
time.
yeah. I worked with my dad with like various plumbing jobs and shit, but this was like my very first job. So I go there. This is before I can even drive. So my dad drops me off at like 4 a.m. because that's when the truck's supposed to be there. And I am walking around the Dollar General. By the way, it's closed. There is not a fucking person in sight. Every light is off. I am the only one in the entire fucking town out and about. I am standing there because you're supposed to wear all black. You're supposed to wear like an all black polo and pants and all that. I'm literally sitting there with my hands in my pocket going, well, I'm here. I walk around the back. By the way, you don't walk to the back of a Dollar General.
That's where they sell the crack.
That's where they sell the crack. That's where the crackheads hang. They go, oh, hey, little one. But I went to the back because I'm like, okay, well, you know what? They're unloading the truck. So it only makes sense to go to the back. So I go to the back. Still no one there. I'm going around my fucking phone flashlight just going, hello? Knocking on the door. And I call her. I call my boss at the time. She's like, hello? I'm like, hey, this is Dylan. I'm here. She goes, oh, fucking shit. I'll be there in a minute.
What? I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
I'll be there in a minute. Hangs up. I tell my dad. He goes, are you fucking kidding me? He goes, I have work in a couple hours. Like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm there. And then at one point, she was just late. She was late.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, we were there an hour and she still hadn't showed up.
What?
She said, listen, I'll be there in a minute.
An hour later.
So my dad takes me home. As soon as we get home, I'm here. Where are you?
I fucking left, bitch.
I'm here. I'm like, I fucking left. No one showed up. She goes, I'm sorry I was late. I was like, you're my boss.
Wow.
You're my boss.
Wow.
And so my friend that got me the job, I worked one day with him. I was like, man, this is going to be cool. I work with one of my friends. It's going to be awesome. Doesn't show up the next day. He gets fired.
Damn.
So I feel like a lone wolf in this entire job thing. I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I'm working with a bunch of... There was another cool guy there that I actually became decent friends with for that time. He actually helped me out a lot. But everybody else there was a fucking crackhead. So the boss that was late for me my first day, she ended up leaving like 2 weeks later. Dude, people are dropping like fucking flies. I'm getting like the first taste of like a bad job. Like this is the definition of
a bad job. Oh my God.
Because there's no fucking structure. Everybody's changing every week, and they demand you get sales. Like, they act like I'm supposed to be the one going out in the streets, handing out flyers. Like, that's...
Come to Dollar General.
That's the thing I've ever gotten. Like stores like GameStop and Dollar General, Walmart. Like, they're like, you gotta make sales. Well, do you want me to strip on the corner? Because I'm not fucking bringing anybody in unless they want to come in.
Yeah, that's hard for GameStop and Dollar General.
Your fucking job to get good deals in order to bring people in. I'm not fucking selling the place. You are. I just check people out, dog.
You know the funny thing is, it wasn't that bad when my grandmother was the manager. She used to be.
She always claimed I was a lazy fuck too, and I like her grandma because she's a hoot. But like, and I didn't know this until later that she was your actual grandma. Like we were friends since we were kids, and I didn't know that was your grandma.
Well, she's not my grandma. She's my stepdad's mom.
Well, I didn't know she was related to you in any way.
Yeah.
Until one day we show up at her house. And she's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you here? Because you left your wallet or something. I'm like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Sure, this is my house.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Fuck.
Yeah.
This is awkward because I left.
Yeah, because I left it in the other car. Yeah, I remember that now. Okay. Yeah. Because we pulled up.
And I was still working there.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I remember one day. I was sharing a phone plan with one of the people there. She was kind of an odd girl, but you know what? I wanted a phone for a good deal, so I got a phone for a good deal. I was like it was like $30 a month, unlimited a day, whatever.
That's pretty good.
So like she gave me the phone and everything. She was like, "Listen, it makes my phone plan cheaper." I remember the day she gave me the phone, and I was like, "Cool, this is awesome." Thanks. She goes, "All right, now you stay." I remember this specifically because this was the day I got the phone. She goes, "Okay, you enjoy that. You go ahead and stock shelves. I'll be right back." I didn't see this bitch for 3 hours.
What?
3 hours.
What happened?
Oh boy. Hold on to your pants. So
I'm holding.
I'm literally running the store by myself.
This is great.
This is Dollar General sucks. I'm running the store by myself. I'll be out here selling chocolate bars. I'll be out here selling cigarettes. First off, I had to get, because at my age at the time, I wasn't allowed to sell cigarettes, so I had to go get someone else for cigarettes. But no, because there's nobody else fucking here. I
gotta fucking sell them.
I had to go steal the fucking keys and give them cigarettes. Like, yo, give me some cigarillo. You got it.
I need some Newport News.
I need some Newport Reds. Got them. Give me some Marlboro Longs. Got them.
Oh, good God.
So I'm like, where the fuck is she?
She's smoking that dope.
Dude, I went out back. I opened the door. She's lying against the brick wall on the ground with her feet up, dead ass asleep, with a fucking crack pipe in her hand.
No, you're shitting me.
I'm not lying. I am not fucking lying on my life.
You sure it was a crack pipe or was it?
It was in fucking aluminum foil and all that shit. Dude, it was fucking crack. And I'm like, I'm not going to say her name, but I was like, hey, Shula. I know it was crack because she tried fucking hiding it. She was like, was I out?
No.
I'm like, I clocked it at 10. It's almost 2.
No way. No
She
way.
went, I was out for that long, man. This woman has kids. Going back to the whole kids, she has kids. I was like,
no.
So I might be rethinking this phone plan. I don't want any attachment to you in any way, shape, or form.
I'm dying over here. I'm sorry.
And this goes back to the whole story about we were just talking about. I got fired over fucking 20 cents.
Oh my God.
I got fired over 20. This is the biggest bullshit. It's funny in hindsight, but you understand the amount of fucking headache I was going through for this fucking job. I was already getting paid like what $7.25.
I was getting paid more than you doing less.
So like yeah, you were.
I was getting paid like $2.25 at that point.
Dude, I was dealing with crackheads every day, like because the only people who shop there were crackheads. But I have 2 more stories. So the other story was when there was this girl in our hometown where she would always go around with a stroller.
I know who you're talking about. Yep.
There's 2 people though. I'm not talking about the older one. I'm talking about the younger one with a kid.
What?
The one who's like 4 foot nothing.
I've never seen that one, but I know. See, I was thinking of the other one.
She went to school with us, but she was like 4 or 5 grades out of us.
You
know who I'm talking. Okay, that's all. Okay,
yep,
just get an idea. So she comes in one day with her screaming banshees of fucking children because she doesn't have a parent. Nothing against the kids, but you know, if I had the opportunity to pull a Pat McAfee and punt them 40 yards, I would have taken that chance. So they were coming in doing blah, 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 blah. Like, you know that scene from Jimmy Neutron where he's like, "That's the stupidest thing I ever heard." No, this is the stupidest thing you ever heard. That's how the kids spoke. That was their language.
Yeah, what other MDKs? Hold on,
I put it over here.
Oh, okay.
But that was the kids' language. I was like, kids, can you quiet? Dude, this kid. Anyway. So.
Wow.
They were putting God's know everything that we had for sale in a shopping cart. Everything. I have never, to this day, I have never checked out so many things out of a Dollar General. Nobody has ever checked out that many things at a Dollar General. That thing was filled to the brim. Like, she was like, yo, deals after deals after deals. This was Black Friday in fucking like August for this bitch. So
wow.
She comes and checks out. And where we check out, right behind the cash register is the condiment section.
Yeah.
Because that's smart.
It's like that, and there's like milk in the corner.
Well, yeah, it's and nobody ever cleans out that fucking thing. And you might say, well, Dylan, why didn't you clean it up? Because I'm not gonna be the fucking sacrifice. There's been people here 30 years before my ass. They had the opportunity. Why am I? So then this bitch comes over to the cash register with her big ass cart. Dude, I see things like I see a mixture of I see balloons, I see candles. Like, nothing makes any fucking sense in this cart. She's just getting shit to get shit, right? And her kid is doing his thing, the thing, right? And all of a sudden, she causes a line. She causes a line to, like, I want to say, like, the toy aisle. Which is a long way from the fucking
long. That is pretty
register.
long, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I check out everything. She's holding up a line. Card gets declined.
Oh, shit.
Now, when a card gets declined normally, it's already embarrassing enough.
Yeah.
But when you're in... And you know, she pulls... When you're in a line of, like, 10 plus people... So it's fucking terrible, especially with the amount of shit. Because you know, our system's from 1970. So in order to cancel everything, I have to do each individual item cancel. I have to scan, cancel. So everything she got in her cart, I have to scan once again to cancel. I can't just cancel it out. I had to go through all again.
You had to scan it all again.
I had to scan
each
individual. I had to go scan, alt, cancel, scan, alt, cancel, scan, alt, cancel. For every fucking item. And she was like, try it again. So I tried it like 3 or 4 times, and I said, ma'am, I understand that, like, look, you may not, you may claim, you have the funds and all that. I don't know if you do or not. Bottom line is, it's not letting you check out.
Wow.
So if I said, I'll do you a courtesy. I'll leave this cart here for the next hour. I said, I'll pause. I can pause it, but I can't cancel it. I can pause it and go, you know, because sometimes people do that. Like, I'll be right back, and then they have a customer, so I pause that and continue.
Move on to the next, yeah.
But I told her, I was like, look, I'll pause it. You can come back. She goes, no, I want it. And then her kid was like, I want the toy, and fucking flings his arms back to the condiment.
Oh, no.
To the condiment counter. Fucking pickles, glass jars.
Oh, shit.
Pickles, ketchup, mustard, like that music, the dun, 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 like it's like everything's in slow mo.
You're just watching it all,
and then
you're like, oh no!
Glass goes everywhere, pickles go flying, ketchup starts bursting. Like, I swear I saw a human hot dog in the fucking like, dude, there was a woman there that had, like, you know, the perfect, like, lines of ketchup and mustard. She might as well have been wearing a bun.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, and she was just appalled. She was hyperventilating, and I'm like, ma'am, please calm down. She's like, don't you tell me to calm down. Don't you? So now I'm dealing
with a mess.
No. I'm dealing with a fucking war. I'm not dealing with a fucking I'm just going to sweep this up and, you know. Oh, and guess what? In the middle of this shit, a bunch of friends from school walk in and go, hey, Dylan, what's going on? And I look at them and I say, get the fuck out. And we know, and I'll tell you after who this person, he was like, I'm like, get the fuck out. They're like, okay, man, see ya. Bye. There was like 4 or 5 people with them.
Wow.
And to this day, I used to talk to all of them. I have never talked to 2 of those people since that day.
Wow.
I was get the fuck out because I'm dealing with all this.
Yeah.
And so instead of dealing with one, and after that, after the kid, you know, had his 10, she just grabs the kid and fucking bolts. 2 weeks later, she got caught for stealing.
Oh shit. That's crazy.
And then a couple months later, I got fired for 20 cents.
For 20 cents.
So Dollar General used to have a policy. They tell you it's not, but kiddies, It is. I don't know if it is anymore. Again, this was years ago, and the one that I worked at. So if you all see, like, that's not how it works. It's how it fucking worked for me because I fucking remember that shit. Anyway, so they had a policy where, normally at these places, it's usually you can't lose a certain amount of money. Like, you can't lose this, that, whatever. We weren't allowed to lose anything.
That's shitty.
We weren't allowed. So, like, for example, like if I was 5 cents short, I have to sign a document. That's strike one. So, like, I was 5 cents short one day. Sign my strike one. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I'll give you the 5 cents. Can't do that. Store policy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fine. Yeah, you'll just find another crackhead to replace me. Got it. So 10 and then 10 cents. The second one is fucking stupid. And then I got called in to come work another day. They're like, hey, we need an extra person today. Can you come in early? Fine. It was an ambush. They called me to come sign my third strike.
Yeah, they got your ass.
I was like, over 20 cents. They went, I don't agree. She's like, I don't agree with the policy either, but it's just the way it is. And I said, if you check the registers, if you knew this was going to detriment my job, why wouldn't you just add, like, I would have done it. And I'm like, yo, like, this is going to hurt, like, my friend who works here or whatever the case is.
To add the 20 cents.
I do
It's not a fucking dollar or something like
right.
that. Like, even a dollar would be okay.
Even a dollar. Even a dollar, dog.
Dude, that's what I loved about Dairy Queen. When he came here, when he came to Dairy Queen, that was awesome. We had the best. I think we were the best group.
Oh, by far.
Me, you, Ryan Day, maybe Trent Perry sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like all 3 or 4 of us, we'd fucking alternate. Like, it'd be great.
Yeah.
We were smooth. It was a smooth roll. I think that was the best crew I've ever worked with.
I think I need to talk about how I got hired there. Some people already know this story because I do tell it a lot. It's one of the highlights of my life. So I was going through a shitty time. This was after Dollar General. This was my next job after Dollar General.
Just know we're gonna definitely do Fireball one time.
Oh,
we're doing Fireball. There's a reason for this, guys. You're about to hear the backstory. You're gonna love it.
It's the reason people think, for some reason to this day, I'm an alcoholic.
Really,
dude? People think. Anyway, I'll continue.
Dude, I've downed more than you so far.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're about to down mine.
I'm not gonna down yours. I clanged yours. I was like, ha da da da.
Ha da da da.
Thank God you're gonna edit this though, because of earlier.
Hey, shut up.
Oh yeah. Nothing happened, guys. We're all clean here.
All clean.
Just know, I'm glad that you can edit shit.
Anywho, so
go ahead, talk about Dairy Queen.
My next job after Crackhead Palace was Dairy Queen.
With me.
Yeah, it was. You were trying to convince me for the longest time.
Dude, I was trying to convince you when you were at Dollar General. I was like, why the fuck would you work there when you could have just worked with me? We needed people.
They needed people every day. What the fuck you mean? It wasn't just then. They needed people every day.
Yeah, but like you would have been great having.
But
so. But there's a cunt. But that's okay. We're not gonna get into that.
But
she doesn't listen to this, so I think we're okay.
Who?
What?
Who?
What?
Who's a cunt?
No, and continue.
No, what did you say?
No, continue.
I'll listen to it back. So you might as well say it now.
No, it's all right. You can continue.
Fuck you.
Just listen to it when you hear it.
Oh, yeah.
You dirty dog, you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you heard it. You just deny it.
I probably agree with you.
Yeah, you will. Fuck that bottle.
So
I'm down 3 way too quick.
Can you let me fucking shut the fuck up.
All right.
So I was going through a really bad experience in my life, and we were having this party. Yes, I know I'm talking about a job story, but this is really important. So we were having this party at Damion's field.
I live in the woods.
He lived in the woods, and he used to throw these big parties.
Bangers at Dom's.
Bangers at Dom's. So, and when we said that, people knew where it meant. People knew what it meant. People knew where it was. The whole shebang.
Well, hold on. Before we get into yours, can I tell you about mine? The last one that I ever threw, where it was a bunch of like cocaine addicts and shit, where I had to break up a party, break up a fight and shit. Did you not know about that?
It was like a couple months ago, wasn't it?
It was right before I went to ODU.
I think I went to that one.
Nope. I don't think you did.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yes.
I was
That
probably
was my first one.
I was probably higher than a fucking kite that night. And that's why I don't remember. Dude, I was fucking smackered when I was trying to break up this fight. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Dude, I was fucking obliterated. I was like, hey, everybody stop fighting here. Like, we're cool. Like, get the fuck off my land. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Get the fuck off me land.
Yo, I was more confused than a fucking squirrel. I was like, what is going on here?
I'm trying to break up a fight, but yo, I don't even know if this is real.
The only thing I remember was this big boy trying to get up. Like, he chested me, and I was like, I'm 5'8". He was like 6 foot, and I was looking up at him. I was like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, I had some brass balls on me at that moment. I was like, hey, this is my land. This is America, goddammit.
But
last time that I checked. All right, but anyways, your story.
So we were having a party, and one of your friends, one of our mutual friends, was like, "Listen, man, I know you're going through a bad time, so I got you a gift." And he knew I liked Fireball, and he bought me the biggest fucking bottle of Fireball you could possibly purchase at like an ABC store. Oh, yeah. It was like the one that you see on displays at bars. It was like a 2 liter, 2.5.
It was huge.
It was fucking massive.
I think that time that you drank that, had I drank that, I definitely would got an alcohol poisoning.
And well, you got sick, and I'll get to that. But so I took a sip, and at this point, like, Fireball to me tasted just like nothing. Like, it really truly did. Now I feel it. I wouldn't get it sick now. For the first couple of years, I would have gotten sick if I tried it, but now I'd be fine. But it was so easy. It was so smooth for me. Yada yada yada. So I took a sip, and one of our friends just yelled, "Pussy won't drink the whole thing."
Yeah.
So I just look at him, and I just...
You downed the motherfucker.
Dude, I downed that thing. Everybody all of a sudden went,
oh, no.
Oh, yo, Dylan, let's go. Chug.
See,
Everybody was egging on alcohol poisoning for me.
See, I saw it too late.
You did. You saw it like at the fucking end.
Like, I saw it. I was like, oh, I looked at everybody. I was like, what in the fuck did you guys just do to him? Because I was worried. Because I just went through what you went through. And I was like, what in the fuck did you guys just do to him? I'm like, I need to know, like, how much, because I was worried.
How much did he have? Yes.
I was worried, because that's what everyone literally said. They're like, yeah, he drank about this much. And I'm like, how much is, what do you mean?
The entire bottle.
Because that's what I was saying. They're like, yeah, he drank about this much. He drank about this much. I'm like, I need to know, because, like, whether we need to see him to the paramedics or not, like, I need to call, like.
I was done 10, 15 minutes later.
After that moment, I sobered the fuck up real quick, and I was like, I kept an eye on you the whole time. Besides the center block thing, that was the only time.
Okay, so.
And Justin running the fuck off. Yes, I'm calling you out again, and we're about to go nefafaz.
So 15 minutes later, 15 minutes after that, I was fucking gone.
Oh yeah.
I was in another dimension. I've never felt drunk before to that extent ever. So and then I was so crazy that I was like, la, 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 la. I fucking trip and fall on a cinder block. I have an Anakin Skywalker looking scar on the side of my face, and I'm knocked out cold.
Oh yeah, for like a good minute or two.
No one's giving a fuck about me, man. I'm sitting there. I have videos of me still to this day of people slapping me, you know, when I'm out cold. And everything's all good. The next day, I wake up in a different town naked.
Yeah.
I woke up 30, like, not, I wouldn't say 30. It was like 20 miles away from where we were at. I woke up and I'm still drunk. I'm still drunk. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck am I naked?
Yeah.
And then our friend Austin walks in the room. He goes, yo, wake the fuck up. You got a job interview in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I do, don't I? You want some toast? I like toast.
Yeah.
To this day, if I say toast, he knows exactly what I'm talking. He goes, you do like toast. You do like toast. And I was like, man. He goes, I was like, yo, why am I naked? And he was like, because you puked all over your clothes last night. I tried dumping your ass in the bathtub, but it just looked really awkward. So I just took off your clothes. I fucking manned the fuck up, and I threw you in here. He goes, we washed your clothes. And then I looked at my jacket was ripped. My jeans were fucking ripped. Oh, yeah. Everything was fucked. I was like, yo, where am I? I got to go back to the field. So I go back to the field. My glasses are broken. Money is stolen out of my wallet.
Oh shit, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, the only fucking money I had at the time.
Oh wow.
The money was stolen out of my wallet. Like, main point, my glasses were broken. So, like, I'm a blind motherfucker, and I'm drunk at the same time.
Jesus
So I am
Christ.
just... I remember, like, 2 days later, I'm like, we gotta go get my fucking glasses fixed. This is priority number one. And we ended up doing that. So, what, I was like, he was like, you want to go to this job interview, man? Listen, we could try to get it done. And I was like, nope, fuck it. We're doing it now. So I go to the job interview, drunk as shit.
I was working the morning shift. I remember.
and Damion was sobering up with a big old thing of orange juice.
Oh, dude, I was
working
fucking
morning shift
Oh,
because
God.
he was drunk from.
Oh,
from
dude,
that
I
too.
was feeling it. I was like, yeah. I was leaning over the counter the whole time. I was like,
And he was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Dude, I am off my rocker right now." He goes, "Dude, no," because we're like,
I had to
"Dude,
get
you're
you. I had to get you orange juice. I was like, yo, stay over the fuck
yeah,
up quick.
yeah." So and then Lori, who was our manager at the time,
Mhm.
comes out, and she's interviewing me, and halfway through, she's like, "Dylan, are you okay?" Lori, can I be honest with you right now? I'd like you to be. I am drunk as shit right now. And she starts giggling a little bit, but she's trying to be professional, but
Yeah,
she starts
she's like-
giggling a little bit. I was like, listen, me and Damion had a hell of a banger last night. He was trying, to have me lay off some steam. I laid off a little too much steam.
Yeah.
Listen, if you hire me, I'll never come to work drunk again.
And she hired you.
She was like, you're lucky we need people.
Yeah. We were really desperate. at
She
that
was
point.
like, but please, seriously, don't come to work drunk again. I was like,
That-
thank you so much.
That was probably one of the worst interviews I ever saw. Like, I witnessed it the whole way from a distance. I was like, oh, this does not look good. But I was like, he's got the job either way, so it doesn't matter.
I was like, thank you so much. Can I get a Blizzard, please?
Yeah, you came up to me and you asked for that. I was like, yeah, I got
No,
you.
I asked her for a Blizzard. I was like, yo, fuck the Blizzard. Give me some snack melts. maybe some Buffalo chicken smack. And they smack. And I went home and I slept for 18 hours.
Jesus Christ.
I slept for 18 hours. I remember waking up like a day and a half later going like, yo, what the fuck is this? Yo, I was like, no, that didn't actually happen.
I didn't know I slept that long. Yeah.
Well, no, because like I woke up and I was perfectly fine. I there was like no like headache. I was like, yo, some good ass sleep I just got. Holy crap. Oh no, that actually happened. No, everything that I literally went there like a sleaze bag, a blind sleaze bag, and I woke up like a blind sleaze bag. 'Cause
Yeah.
I woke up in the same ripped clothes, and it was tragic to say the least.
That's beautiful. I love
But I got
it.
hired,
Yeah.
and I worked there for 2 years. I think 2 years or
Yeah, something like that.
Something
Either
like
way. Boom.
perhaps 2 years too long. But
Yeah.
hey.
That was a good job, though. It was a good starting job. All right. I think that's a good way to end it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy.
I loved it. I finished 3 this time. I think this is my record, and I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling good, but
I feel bad that you're going to have to edit this, but it is all right. All right.
It is
Love you,
all
bro.
right. Fuck me, I suppose. Thank you all for watching. Fuck me then.